Okay, guys, it's week 2. My tone is a little down from normal. Some tragic things happened. But week 2 of the NFL, sportsmanlike conduct, we're back. Gabb, Bree,
Hey.
here to talk with you. Pretty somber mood for the girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to talk about it. See how far I can go. So
Okay. Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll start the show off with some fun topics. Things that are fun that we enjoy, things that we didn't have to watch and want to cry every second of the
Yeah,
day. So,
I think we all need that.
yeah,
Let's just go. Let's just go. What do we got?
we'll start with some fun college football. Our college football team,
Go Buffs.
Colorado, go Buffs. Now, it was a little close. Kept me up way too late, Dion, but you pulled out the win.
I will say I'm very glad that it was as close of a game as it was, because if it was a blowout, like
Yeah, it was supposed to be boring. I was trying to go to bed at halftime, okay, and I was up till 2.
yeah, no, that wouldn't work. We ended up actually going out for the second half, and I was like, oh, I don't know why we're gonna do this. We're only gonna be at the bar for an hour. Second half's gonna be quick, and we were there probably 2.5. So it was pretty cool. It's fun to watching this team because they have a lot of haters.
A lot of haters for being such a fun and exciting team. You would think college football that everybody loves to talk about would want some excitement, want someone new, want to see something cool.
I don't understand why. Like I do understand why and who's doing it and what they're trying to do, because they're the loud new team that everybody is like us, we're hopping on the bandwagon, admittedly, but like who cares? That's the fun part about it. It's just you would think, and we're not college football girlies, so maybe this is wrong, but from like an outside perspective, you would think a fun, exciting new team like this would be good for the sport as a whole, and people would be like excited about it, happy about it.
And with all the people clamoring on the internet saying things about them, they damn sure tuned in. Because that college football game had the most viewers. How many do they have? 11 million?
At 2:00 in the morning, East Coast time. Like, it broke a record. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you hate them or you like them, you're gonna watch anyway. So might as well just like them. Annoying people just.
I mean, they
people
don't like.
You know,
as soon as someone is like flashy, someone is loud, like you said, someone's doing something that they haven't seen done before, people are gonna get mad. And to be honest, there's really not much to get mad about.
I'm here for the Tom Brady, Shedeur Sanders, like,
I mean, he's a fan. He's a fan.
Thing. When he said like I went Brady mode, I was like, oh my god. Mm-hmm. So I'm all in. I'm all in. We've got a hat, although it was bought as soon as Dion became the head coach, because somebody over here was like, oh my god, I have to get it. I have to get it.
I have a sweatshirt in the mail. I was gonna wear it today, but it didn't come in time. I think it's here now, and just sitting in one of the lockers for me to pick up, but I didn't get it in time. I was excited to wear it.
Call me a bandwagon fan. I don't care.
I'm in. I don't care.
I'm having fun.
You know who else is having fun? The students of Colorado. They're having a good time.
They all are having a good time. And then there are just students all around. Like, there was a record-breaking game-winning kick, and students stormed the field. Like, that's electric. I don't care.
There's a lot of like unwritten college football rules I didn't know about, but I guess I do now. Storming the field apparently seems like it's a crime.
I don't understand why. I feel like it's fun.
The team went 1-11 last year. They've never seen their team be good. You can't tell the fans act like you've been here before. They haven't been here before.
They have not. Not only that, it was an electric game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rivalry.
Quavo's on the field, or Offset was on the field. My bad.
They had the star power. It was crazy. You had former NBA players there. You had rappers, former football players.
Kawhi there.
Everybody was. Did you see the tweet? Oh my god! Did you see a tweet? Somebody was like, "It's so funny. Kawhi's there. He shows up more for Colorado
than the Clippers." Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I saw that one too.
Oof.
But like,
oof.
everyone's there. They're having a good time. Why do you want to take away from other people having a good time when you could just join in with them?
I could see if it was like one of those number one ranked Alabama teams beating up on like the absolute lowest level, smallest school possible in Alabama.
Yeah, that would be a little lame. Sure.
That's obviously not, rush the field worthy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're telling me the biggest game of the week that goes into double overtime, whatever it was, in a rivalry game, you're telling me those kids can't rush the field? Why not? There's no reason behind it. And then I saw another one that said, why are the Mizzou fans rushing the field after beating Kansas State with that 61-yard record-breaking SEC field goal? Like, that right there. They're an unranked team beating a ranked team. Rush the field. Record-breaking, game-winning walk-off kick. Rush the field. Put those two together. Rush the field. Why are we being grumpy? Why are we being grumpy about everything?
It's the fans that are doing it. Like, why put it onto the team either? Oh, that's embarrassing for the team. That team didn't tell their fans to go out there.
Like, get over it. Sorry, people are having fun. Sorry that causes you so much distress.
The next part that I didn't understand, the fans were like, well, it shouldn't have been a close game. They were so many point favorites. They don't set that line. They're just going to win.
Right.
Your team is going to win a game. Like, I'm sorry. We are pro betting. We love betting. We love to win money, but like, I like my teams to win too.
Yeah.
If that's the cost. That's the cost.
And like you said, at the end of the day, like, these teams aren't the ones who decide how much they're going to be favored by.
They show up when they play and they do everything the same, and they don't have a decision with that.
So whether you think that they should have blown them out or not, like, I'm sure they probably they have the mentality of, we're going to go in, we're going to play, we're going to
beat the brakes off of them. Yeah.
But they're not the ones
really work out like that,
trotting around these fantastical numbers about how much they're going to win by. So that has nothing to do with the team itself. If you're going to use that as a reason why this game wasn't good, like, oh, they should have beat them by 40. Okay, maybe, but they didn't, and it's not like they decided that number. People just always something to complain about.
Always, especially when it's something fun.
Yeah,
it's always when it's something fun.
Always.
Never when it's something bad. Never.
Whatever.
Always when it's something fun.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. College football though, it's been fun. We have Travis Kelce, man of the week.
This is probably the best
news
of
Travis
the whole
Kelce
week.
scored a touchdown. Congrats on
Welcome back.
Your return to the league. Of course, you're going to score a touchdown. There's no one else that I would think that would score for you. So
not on that team.
Nope, definitely not on that team.
And now he's got a nice new lady friend, supposedly.
Supposedly, I don't know. Do you think that they're actually dating?
I do.
Oh, you do? I was going to say I don't.
I do.
Oh my God, no way.
I have. Yeah. Yeah. They I think are a thing.
I wouldn't say no, but I feel like it's more of like a PR thing to me.
Yeah, maybe. Like one of those, like, oh, what if Tom Brady ended up with Kim Kardashian, like, stunts? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think both parties are like pushing it and like, oh, this would be really good for us. Because like Taylor Swift, she's never the one to date the athlete. She's always dating these like edgy musicians, like these little small guys. No offense to them. Like she's never dating like a superstar athlete, like one of the best players in the NFL. Game changer for her career, especially when she's on tour now, doing all these things, promoting all these places. Travis Kelce has his podcast, great show. And that can be used for some clips, some clicks, the PR, got to move in. I'm all in. Even if they're not dating, like, I'm in for that.
They got to be. They have to be. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's way too much smoke around this right now.
I would love to see one photo of them together somewhere.
I need it. I need it so bad.
You know what's so sick?
I'm not even like really a big fan of either of that. I'm not a Swiftie, but I wouldn't classify myself as a Swiftie. Like, I'm a casual Taylor Swift fan, I guess. I'll listen. I'm not going to spend $1 million on a concert ticket, but I'll listen. And Travis Kelce, like, I like him, but I don't like him as a player. I like him as the person, if that makes sense. So I'm like indifferent, but I love two of them together. I love it. I think it's the whole story.
I I think it's a fun little match. It's different
Yeah.
for both of them. Definitely not the type of person that they would go for.
Do you think they're like good for each other though?
Now, in what way?
Like, do they match up? Or is this a type of like opposites attract type of thing, or are they?
I think they're more
compatible?
similar than what we think, but those aren't the type of people that they go for, either of them. But I think they might have fun.
She's a big musician gal, I should say, big musician gal. One of her exes is about to be single again too. Maybe we're gonna backslide a little bit if this Kelce thing doesn't work out.
But like, I feel like it's a perfect transition for him to get into like the Hollywood scene. Like, he's on his way. You know what I mean? He's on his way. He's doing the show. He's blowing up on social media everywhere. The women love him, but the women also love Taylor Swift, the biggest musician in the world. It's a perfect little segue into that lifestyle, and I kind of like it. When
these rumors came out about a week or so ago that they were actually together, do we remember what happened when Jessica Simpson was dating Tony Romo? Do you remember how badly that went for them via the fans?
Yeah.
Now you've got Taylor Swift, probably the most powerful person, not just woman, the most powerful person on the planet right now, with a fan base that will just destroy you if you say even the slightest thing negative about her. You got the Swifties on one hand, and you've got Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Oh, you got the Chiefs fans. They'll put up just as big of a fight.
Or are gonna ride for Travis Kelce until there's nothing left. 10 toes down, 24/7. Man, if it comes to blows, if we get a whole Yoko Romo thing like the Cowboys fans used to call Jessica Simpson, and we've got these two, that's what's going to spark the end of the world.
I feel like
Swifties and the Chiefs fans fighting.
I feel like those two aren't the type to make it like that public and drama-y. I mean, like Taylor, sure, she has like the songs and stuff, but like I don't feel like this relationship would lead to something like that. I don't see like it being real is my thing. I think it's all just for show, and I think it's just for fun, and it's getting people talking and getting people involved.
I don't know. There's something about her. No hate to her. My exes I would write nasty love songs about them too if I knew how to write songs, but she's very public with her breakups and turns them into pretty damn good songs, but she turns them into songs nonetheless. I'd be interested to hear what line gets created about Travis Kelce, if in fact they are an item, and if in fact they do not make it for whatever reason. I would like to hear the song.
She's like fresh out of a split from her fiance, you know? I mean, like, she had Maddie Healy, whatever, but still, I don't think she's in the mood to date. Yeah, now she's in the mood to...
She's in her fling era.
Yeah.
If we're going to go eras.
Yeah.
Kelce doesn't seem like he'd be that petty. No, probably not.
I don't think he would. I think he'd be a very respectful man.
Yeah. He knows Kelce the person, I truly do like a lot. And I feel like he's just genuinely a nice man. I don't think he would do that, but Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Like, let's just call it
also, as like an athlete, you're not going to go out and publicly bash like a girlfriend like that. The girlfriend usually does it to you.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Right.
There have been instances, but hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
We obviously will be following this story as it develops and bringing you the latest information on Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Because
I have a subtopic of like dating drama.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard.
Oh.
Just real quick. Real quick.
We can do it. A little messy.
Xavier Howard has 4 women pregnant at the same time. Now that's your choice. You can do whatever you want to do because you have the funds to do it, sir. You can afford that. Sure. It just sounds a little unnecessarily expensive, in my opinion. Sounds like a lot of drama. It just sounds like
the screenshots
stressful.
are messy.
It sounds stressful.
Screenshots of the conversations are a little messy.
Mm-hmm.
I read the ones that are out there in the Twitterverse, and what got me is when he said "ugh." I laughed out loud. This man is so stressed. He's just typing "ugh" That's it.
No other words. He has nothing else to say. He
was too stunned to speak.
He was too stunned to speak.
Yeah, man. One child is expensive enough. 4 at the same time.
And I think he has more already.
I mean, hey, he's a great football player. He's compensated as such. If it's not like they can't do it.
Dolphins are doing well, so I mean, like, yeah, might as well. Might as well do what you want, sir. But
have fun.
Hope that it is okay for you.
I can't imagine.
No,
I can't even imagine one child right now, let alone 4.
4 at the same time.
Terrifying. What's next?
Oh,
shall we?
Okay, actually, I have one question. This is just, I'm sorry, I have to ask this one. Like, let's just say they some of them go into birth at the same time. What do you do?
Where does he go?
Like labor. What do you do? What do you pick? What do you choose? Both in the same room? That'd be stressful.
Is there like a birthing suite?
I don't know.
Maternity ward that they can just have everybody in at the same time. So he's there for
all. I don't know.
Or is this like a Tim Anderson thing where like there's gonna be pictures of him coming in one time?
Yeah.
Messy.
I don't know. But let's Aaron Rodgers time. We're just gonna talk about some more.
A whole different kind of mess. This guy. I just he says some things and I think to myself, there's no way he can top this, and he tops it every single time.
The man's comedy. The man is
on me. It's on me at this point to doubt him and where his brain can go, because he's something. Apparently he had surgery. Apparently it went well. He went to the doctor that performed Kobe Bryant's Achilles surgery, Tom Brady's ACL surgery. Pretty prominent doctor when it comes to this type of stuff, and he's seems to be very good. If you recall what happened after, especially Brady's ACL, just years of longevity, and it was great. So he went to him, and he was talking about his recovery, and he first of all said, "I want you all to doubt me so I can show you what I do." Like, sir, what motivational poster from Home Goods did you get that from?
No one's doubting you, because we literally saw your Achilles curl up and in and gone forever. We're not doubting you. We saw that one. He also said that he's looking forward to come back during the playoffs as what? In the stands? In the stands watching.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Bills play? Maybe the Bills and Dolphins play? Or what are you trying to do here?
I don't know. I got no room to talk, but I don't know. Playoff hopes for the New York Jets. They're not as good as they were going into the season. Let's just put it that way.
They were not.
So, and this is also a very significant injury that usually takes about a year to come back from. Let's just put that out there. So if he thinks he's going to come back, what's it right now? September. So October, November, December, January, 4 months. You're nuts.
You're showing up at the Super Bowl?
I mean, I'm sure the league can get you a real nice box seat or something like that. That's the only way. I can't.
Literally the only way.
Especially if his healing practices include listening to dolphins mate. That's apparently has healing powers.
Mating because it makes him feel better. I don't understand that one. I don't know if he's just like trolling us.
He's got to be. He's got to be at this point.
That one was crazy. That was so crazy.
He stresses me out.
I don't know. Everything has been stressing me out. It's been nothing but injury, unfortunate events. So far, the NFL season hasn't been very fun.
No, it hasn't been. It's not only just catastrophic injuries, but I feel like it's just been a lot of bad football.
Like, really bad football.
Just
sloppy,
not
just
good.
Defense, no offense. No one's really scoring in a fun way.
In
a fun way or a good way. They're scoring in the most outrageous, ridiculous ways that you can think of.
That Chargers Dolphins game is the only amount of like good offense we've had so far. And I mean, we're only 2 weeks in, so we're being dramatic.
But we're asking for a lot right now.
we're both down bad right now. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna bitch about whatever we want to bitch about because things have been a little bit better. And again, it's only 2 weeks. Yes, we are being dramatic, but there's a little bit of truth behind all of it. But also, Gabb has a reason to be dramatic right now.
Man, guys, I don't even know if Nick Chubb's ever going to play football again. And that's not even crazy to say right now.
I don't think it is either,
On
unfortunately.
national television, Nick Chubb's knee was demolished once again. Same one.
Ugh.
Dislocated, all the ligaments gone. Gonna need a lot to repair that. And even if he comes back from that, he's not going to be the same. He's not. Like, that's the second time. He's not going to be as strong. Like, I want to cry talking about it because I was watching it with a group of people and they were like doing something while it happened. I was like, guys, Nick Chubb is literally going to get carted off the effing field. You guys need to look. And they're like, no, he's not. He's fine. I'm like, you didn't see what happened. Like, it was really, really bad. And it was really unfortunate. And it's really awful because he is one of the best players in the NFL. One of the only players that are universally liked by everyone. Does what he needs to do, shows up, works hard, plays well, puts the whole entire team on his damn back.
You obviously, like, you never want to see anybody get injured at all, let alone something as significant as that. But, like, somebody like Nick Chubb, who no matter who you're a fan of, even if you're a rival fan of the Browns, like, you have nothing bad to say about that guy. He does everything right. He plays the game right. He's hard as hell to bring down. There's a reason why he's in the conversation for one of the best running backs in the league. Like, it's not a mistake that we talk about him the way we talk about him. So it's brutal, really, especially. And then with the injury history too, like, he's already done basically this exact thing to this exact leg. Like, it's really shitty. So hopefully,
especially, like, I feel bad with the running backs, all the things that they've been saying in the offseason. I'm like, what a season for everything bad to be happening to all of them.
For ESPN to send out that, I took a screenshot of it because I couldn't believe the timing. They sent out a push notification from the app saying that the league claims NFLPA advised running backs to consider feigning or exaggerating injuries in a memo obtained by the AP. Maybe 30 minutes.
Large exaggeration, you know.
Maybe 30 minutes after this guy's leg exploded and he had to get carted off. Like, can we not read the room?
Insensitive. And also, ESPN had Nick Chubb graphic on their screen with the rookie year jersey with the wrong number on it. I'm like, can we just, like, he hasn't worn that in years, and that's the one you decided to go with? Everything about that game gave me bad vibes from start to finish. We'll talk about that later. But, man, I really do. I feel bad for Nick Chubb. I feel bad for his teammates. That sucks. That was the best player, besides Myles Garrett, on your football team, and you do not have him for the rest of the season or probably ever.
Hopefully it's just the season, and that even sucks to say because you never want somebody to not be able to play because it's their livelihood essentially. But, like, hopefully it's just for the rest of the year, and next year he can come back. But the Browns are making some calls. They're checking out who's available. Supposedly
Kareem making some calls. I saw Kareem. I went to a restaurant last week. Sorry, Kareem, for me saying this. I went to a restaurant last week. He was there with like 10 other people sitting at a table. Looked like he's still healthy, well, working out. Looks like he's in shape. That doesn't really say much. I was eating pasta 3 tables away, but like, he looks like he's ready to go. So
But also, this one's interesting. Calling the Rams to see if they can work out a trade for Cam Akers.
Cam Akers doesn't want to be there. He has an issue with everyone there. What makes a difference if he comes here? It's probably going to have the same stuff. I mean, if you're not having fun in LA with the Rams, who are like, have been pretty good and won a Super Bowl, what makes you think you're going to have fun in Cleveland?
He didn't. It was,
and not the city itself. Just
the
team. The team. What makes you think you're going to have fun here?
He didn't play on Sunday. He was a healthy scratch, and he was like, I don't understand either. And then Rams, and I know, like, the Rams, like, game day ops team for the stadium have stuff planned out in advance, and it's not based on like who plays that day. But one of their silly little graphics is like a surfing race, and it was Cam Akers as one of them, and we're like, this sucks. Imagine being a healthy scratch watching the game from home or from the sidelines or wherever he ended up watching the game, and the only The only play he got was on the big board with some stupid AI surf race.
That's funny.
So bad. So bad. But I mean, those seem nobody's gonna replace Nick Chubb.
No one.
in
He's
terms of
irreplaceable.
productivity.
You're not even gonna. I mean, like the closest thing that you could like gotten from Nick Chubb of recent is like Bijan Robinson, and you're not drafting him. So like that's just there's not a lot of options. Nick
Hopefully
Chubb
he's
is Nick Chubb.
at
Jerome
least
Ford did a great
serviceable.
job, but like
He did.
but still, it's
Pierre
not Nick
Strong,
Chubb.
former Patriot legend Pierre Strong scored
He
a
was there
touchdown.
too.
Shout
But
it out
like,
to him.
oof. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to more of that.
Not great.
No, not
What
great.
else? Anything else in the things you need to know?
The Braves have clinched the East.
Braves are good. Breaking news: Atlanta Braves are good at baseball. Are we? How do we feel about the Phillies putting up the congrats to the Atlanta Braves on their big board at the stadium? Though,
Hate it.
Little lame.
Hate it. If I was at Progressive Field and the Twins clinched the division and it said "Congrats, Minnesota," it would have been like 10-cent beer night all over again. I'm telling you right now, I would have started throwing stuff out there.
I just congratulating like the Yankees at Fenway for winning the division. Like I just don't get it. Just if they're gonna celebrate on your field, like fine. There's really nothing you can do about that. You don't need to help them. You don't need to make a graphic. You don't need to put it up. It's lame. But the Atlanta Braves are hashtag good.
Yeah, they're good. They hit home runs. They hit home runs. That's all I can say.
They
hit home runs.
The most handsome person in all of Major League Baseball. They got the NL MVP. All they do is mash.
They have
Cy Young.
funniest players too, Ozzy. That counts.
Sweet man. They've got Cy Young candidates like left and right. They're good. But they also watched Kyle Schwarber hit the longest home run ever hit at Truist Park last night too. So
it was
oh
crazy
man.
to see.
That's nuts.
I have a lot I want to say about Kyle Schwarber, but I'll save that for another day. I like him. There's a lot of people that don't like him, and I'll save that for another day.
I wish he remained a Red Sox for forever, but for a guy with as bad of a batting average as he does, he absolutely fucking rakes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want to say someday. I want to have a convo with us where we talk about batting average and why batting average is just no longer important.
It's lame.
lame.
But I also am terrified to talk about baseball statistics like that, because then you've got the crazy stat monsters that'll come and say, you don't know what you're talking about.
Screw them, because we do know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Back to Ronald Acuna is the best. I love Acuna. And that's my baseball take of the day.
Yep.
But back to the NFL.
Here we go. Let's
back to the NFL.
Too.
There's a lot of teams that are starting off not good. A lot of teams that are starting off really good. Bengals, not good. Chargers, not good. Vikings, not good.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. The Chargers, man. I don't know. You're putting up 20 plus points per game so far.
But they're just scoring more.
You can't do it. Mm-mm. You can't do it. All that money that was invested in that defense too.
Trash.
What's happening? That team is again, on paper, everybody looks good on paper, but on paper, this team is way too talented to be as shitty as they are right now. It's just, and again, I'm gonna say it again. This is not breaking news to you all, but I am a Brandon Staley hater, and I am restarting the campaign. It's time. It's time for him to go. Because you brought in the new flashy offensive coordinator who was supposed to, revamp this offense and solve all the issues on offense, and there really wasn't any issues on offense to begin with. But Kellen Moore,
they're still scoring. They're still scoring.
They're still scoring. Keenan Allen,
not more than the other team.
Keenan Allen just put up 31 fantasy points for me the other day. Like that, their offense is not the problem. Brandon Staley is a defensive coach. He's also the head coach. He needs to go. GM needs to go. Owner needs to sell the team. Blow it up. Start over. Because you're wasting Justin Herbert. And that physically pains me.
It would have been so cool if the Cleveland Browns would have gotten Justin Herbert instead of that would have been awesome. I would have had a great time, but right now I'm not having a good time. Neither is Justin Herbert, and none of the Chargers fans are either.
It
Whatever.
hurts. It hurts.
They're not having a good time. Bengals fans aren't having a good time either.
Oof.
You just gave Joe Burrow all the money. His calf is re-aggravated. He probably shouldn't have been playing these first couple games, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and now it's not looking good. I couldn't tell you the name of their backup. Couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Nothing. So that just right there tells me not a good situation to be in. So, but he got all that money though.
Oh, he did.
And all the quarterbacks that got their bag this year, a couple of them are winless. And we just talked about one. We're talking about the other.
And none of them have been looking that great. Like even Jalen Hurts, a little sketchy.
Really, yeah. I mean, he's my fantasy quarterback, so I can't talk too bad about him. He's led me to be 2-0.
I mean, he's winning.
But it's not been easy. You got AJ Brown now throwing fits on the sideline because he's not getting targeted enough. Like last year, we didn't have that problem.
No,
there was no issues with the.
You let Kirk Cousins do that to you?
Oof.
Yeah.
We got to talk about them because what the. I know I only picked the Vikings to win the division just to be different because everybody else was picking the Lions, but like embarrassing. You're embarrassing me.
I thought maybe hey they'll be fine. They have great weapons on offense. Justin Jefferson himself, but it's not. Their defense hasn't been bad. Their defense hasn't been bad at all. Defense not really concerned about like the same thing with the Chiefs. Everyone's like, oh, their defense is gonna be bad. Their defense has been great. But
Vikings, like
four fumbles. They had 4 fumbles. You take one away, you win that game. You like literally take one away, you win that game.
It's
But in the fourth quarter though, he can do
self-inflicted. It's always self-inflicted. It's like talking about always self-inflicted. I'm trying my best. I'm gonna try to go the whole show without talking.
We can skip them. Yeah, like there's just a bunch of teams that are not doing things well, but there are some teams that are doing things well, and let's give some credit to the star of the show, Baker Mayfield.
I
don't think he's going to be sustainable because Justin Fields played really bad. Justin Fields played
a lot of shit.
Well, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it.
I personally thought they would win 5 games this year. They've already won 2.
Well, I thought the Bears would win more, and they haven't done anything either. So it was a really bad combo. Who can't mess up? And Justin Fields did.
Baker Mayfield is 2-0.
Baker Mayfield is 2-0. Sustainable? Maybe. It might be. But like how many games can we go without messing up? Well, because everyone's saying all this stuff.
It helps that division sucks.
Oh, for sure.
The Panthers are completely unable to score points at all. Derek Carr is still Derek Carr. You saw it last night. Some very, very questionable decisions on his part. It's not just his fault, but he is the quarterback. Quarterbacks get a lot of the blame. I'm gonna blame him. I'm not a big Derek Carr gal. Never happened. The Falcons are interesting though.
Falcons are fun. Oh yeah, I wanna tell you guys my Falcons story. I have a Falcons story for the group. One of my friends plays for the Falcons. He said he's never had more fun in his life playing football than right now. And I love that.
Really?
You know? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good for him.
He said he's never had more fun in his life. But the funniest part about him going to Atlanta is when he signed there, the day he signed there, and the tweet comes up, you know, like the Falcons put out the thing and they're like, hey, we have signed, blah, 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 whatever. And now I look at every single tweet they do that. You know, Atlanta, they have all kinds of strip clubs. They all like reply to the tweet and they're like, hey, I'm at this club. Hey, I do this here. And like put their hours. I'm like, marketing genius is one, but like, that's crazy. In the DMs, like it was nuts.
Get the bag. Get that bag.
Funny. It was pretty funny.
That's hysterical. Good for them. Good for them. They know their clientele. You market your assets.
Mm-hmm.
You let the people know.
Yep. Oh yeah.
pretty genius, honestly. Good wings apparently too at these places.
No, I
So
heard so.
there's I wish we asked him. I wish we asked him that question when we saw him. I
No.
I needed to know so
Ugh.
bad.
No.
All right.
Back to Baker Mayfield real quick before we move on. I said this earlier. If Baker Mayfield ends the season with more wins than the Bengals and Joe Burrow, I will buy a Baker Mayfield Bucks jersey and I will wear it to a Browns game and sit in the freaking front row right behind the bench. I'll wear it and I'll go. He can somehow do it.
He's already got a 2-game lead, so.
Well, I know he does, but long season,
Long season. There's
only week 2.
they've each got 16 games left.
Mhm.
That's
A lot of interceptions, a lot of fumbles, a lot of games we lose.
But does it count if Joe Burrow misses time because he's hurt? Are we going to take that into consideration?
Maybe we'll just do Bengals wins.
Okay. So if the Bucks have more wins than the Bengals, we're doing the Baker jersey. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here for it. Everybody, you are all witnesses to this. She can't back out.
I'm in. I'm locked in. I will do it. I mean, the man's winning games. That's all I can say. But we cannot forget that last year he was still really bad. So I don't know why people are acting like he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
He's just one of those players. It's never going to be. It's always going to be polarizing talking about him.
Always
you got one extreme to the other. He either sucks, should never play football again, or he's so good and nobody gives him the credit he deserves.
Chip on his shoulder. I don't know.
Party-sized bag of chips on his shoulder.
We talked a lot. We talked about a lot of things. Should we just Abby? Should we bring you on?
Let's
We're ready. Come on. We'll bring you on. Guys, we have Abby Mueller here, content creator, Browns Digest, Browns fan in Cleveland, Ohio, like me. We've watched a lot of football and a lot of not good football, and especially
mostly not good football.
Mostly not good football. And last night, I would put on the list of some of the worst I've ever seen from the Cleveland Browns. The list is long, but that's fine.
It was tough, but it was almost predictable though too, it was bad, but we were like, this is what happens. I wasn't even surprised.
Yeah, because you text me right when right when the last drive started, and you goes, this is gonna end bad. This is gonna end in a turnover, and they're going to lose. And they did exactly
2 minutes
that.
later, fumble. I was like, yes, this is how this happens.
It's just 1 year removed from the Jets loss that was embarrassing and comical on national TV, where the Browns had a 98% chance of winning with 2 minutes left, and somehow we lost a 13-point lead, to losing a game where the Pittsburgh Steelers had -7 total yards in the fourth quarter while trailing and still won. Yep. You can't make that stuff up. It's just so Cleveland.
We create records to be broken. We're like, let's come up with something that no one's ever done. Just so we can break it.
Every time. Haven't started season 2-0 since 1993. None of us were alive.
What's the absolute stupidest way we can do this? Let's figure it out. Let's do it.
I don't know. Bree, you watched the game?
I did. I watched the game.
Do you want to give us your thoughts?
What's up with that quarterback?
It could be better. He could play a lot better,
Definitely could play better. I mean, listen, I'm not a fan, but there were flashes. There were some throws that had real good zip on them, tight windows, whatever. The face mask driving a guy into the bench, I just feel like there's more bad than good. And I saw, just because I follow both of you guys and I follow a few Browns fans just that I've made friends with over the years and stuff, I saw the excuses being made, and I saw it's not his fault this happened. It's not his fault this happened. Again, he's the quarterback. He gets the brunt of the blame. And it's not just him. It's quarterbacks around the league.
Right.
Like I just said about Derek Carr. There's got to be some time where we get objective about this and we look at it through non-fan glasses and say, okay, I can't make excuses for this anymore. He's got to play better.
Yeah, and when you pay a quarterback $230 million guaranteed, you expect them to make Patrick Mahomes plays, that is what you're paying him for. So sure, maybe he didn't have as much time as he would have liked on certain plays, But like, that's what your job is. You're supposed to still make those plays. And he was definitely holding on to the ball too long, which led to like the 6 sacks that he had. So that wasn't what we were looking for.
Also tough when you got TJ Watt on the other side.
Yes.
But
Hey, DeJuan Jones was holding his own out
He
there
did.
though, as a rookie. But like, there's only so much you can do though. It's TJ Watt.
didn't the Browns like invest a shit ton in the offensive line though?
Yes,
Am
but
I
they've
making
kind
that
of deteriorated over the last few years. Like Wyatt Teller isn't as good as he was the one year he was in the Pro Bowl. Bentonio is really the only one that's like the consistent Pro Bowler year after year. And then Conklin got hurt last week.
Right,
So it's kind of, it's not really the same. And then Posich, the center, who used to be on the Seahawks, like he was good last year, but he's not like exceptional great.
Mhm.
So I feel like they're kind of almost overrated now because they've been known to be so good that everyone's like, oh yeah, the Browns have a great offensive line. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of gone a little bit downhill.
Which, yeah, it'd be great to have a great offensive line at all time. But Deshaun Watson had the worst O-line while he was in Houston. He was sacked the most. He was hit the most as a quarterback while having the most passing yards and touchdowns. So why can't we like
do that
here? Do that here, you know? That's my issue. My issue with what's going on with him is I don't want to hear he needs more time. I've seen 8 games. In the 8 games that I've seen, there's not an improvement really in any way. It's been almost the same across the board. And I cannot make an excuse for a quarterback that's paid that much with that much baggage. Now, other quarterbacks got paid a lot of money. They can get a few excuses. This man can't. Like, you have to perform.
That's also a big sample size too. Like 8 games is pretty decent to make that evaluation. Like it's not just rust. It's not because he sat out for granted reasons that he did to himself, but like he was unable to practice with the team and work with the team for however long. He had a whole off season, he had a whole camp, he had a whole preseason to go in, and it's just like
it's just the same issues that just keep lingering and lingering. It looks like he's playing frustrated, but you are causing the frustration yourself.
Yeah. And the fact that it's mental issues is concerning too, because like you said, he did have a whole off season to work through, learn the playbook. Like I know last year, maybe it was a little different. He had that regular off season this time, and still he's like completely missing wide open receivers. Like that's a mental thing that he should just not be doing.
And it's also fair for fans to be questioning the things that are going on. I just hate the ones that are like, oh, you can't say this, you can't do that. Well, you know what? We can and we will. We can and we will.
We've been through it.
I mean, like we haven't seen in our lifetime a Cleveland Browns team start the season 2-0. That's just so crazy.
It's pathetic.
1993 was the last time. I was 3 years old the last time the Browns were. Yep.
Oh,
see?
Man.
See? You don't even remember it. So it doesn't even count.
Oh man, guys.
It's so sad.
I'm
like,
sorry.
it's just year after year, the same thing, and you think it's gonna get better, but somehow it's worse than the time before.
It eventually, Abby. Like it has to. It has to get better eventually.
You think?
You think? You would think. But I mean, based on the track record, I guess not. It's been 30 years.
Right. But regardless, you know, team gives us bad memories. That's okay. We've still watched our whole lives. It's fun to go. So let's change it into a more positive thing about Cleveland. Things that we like here, things that we enjoy. Because I feel like Cleveland in general just gets a bad rep. Bree, you've been here.
Yeah, I was honestly pleasantly surprised when I came to visit last fall. Like I had never been, but I've always seen people be like, "Oh, Cleveland's a dump. Like this place sucks. Why are you gonna go to Cleveland?" And I went into that thinking that it's cute. It's a cute little place. All the places we went I thought were nice. I like the whole walkability of if you want to walk to the Guards games, you can just walk down the street. If you want to walk to the Browns game, you can just walk down the street. I don't know. I thought it was great. I think it gets a bad rap for no reason, but
yeah, the walkability is like the best part, that we can get from our apartment to all 3 sports teams just in a short walk. Like that, you can't get that in most cities. It's pretty cool.
Sure as shit can't get that in Boston. You have to drive 30 minutes to go to a football game.
Right.
Yeah, like I hate a football stadium outside of a city.
I know.
Kansas City, you're in a parking lot. Horrible.
I'm nervous
Game
we're going in
starts.
that direction in Cleveland too. I don't know.
think so
It
too.
doesn't feel positive.
No, it's Jimmy Haslam, man. Jimmy Haslam is a wild man. No. Okay. But I told you earlier before you were going to come on, we were going to rank our favorite worst Cleveland sports moments. I know we just talked about a little bit good. We'll do the bad ones. We'll do the good ones. We'll start with the bad so we can end with the good. If you could give me maybe your top 3 worst Cleveland games you've ever seen.
So I feel like everyone always talks about like the classic ones that are like the drive, the shot, the fumble, and we weren't really like a part of those. So I don't feel as much of a connection to them as like our parents' generation of Clevelanders would. For me, I always think, and I know you're going to remember this game too, 2015 against the Ravens. I think about this game all of the time when we were supposed to go into overtime. We were either going to kick to win or go into overtime. And it was a blocked kick, and the Ravens ran it back for a touchdown to win. And it was like one of the worst. And I think that was the 1-15 season, not 0-16. But basically the same. But it was just like soul crushing. That was one of those you found a way to lose when you're just not supposed to find a way to lose. So that's up there on my list because it always sticks in my head. Cavs would be in the 2018 finals when J.R. Smith was just dribbling and dribbling and dribbling and didn't realize the clock was going off, and LeBron has like the classic reaction. That was just like a Cleveland moment for sure, just all around, just not paying attention and then somehow losing that. And then I feel like for Guardians, it's probably just the entire 2016 World Series. Like you go up 3-1, you feel like you just have the bad aura around it because we just beat the Warriors 3-1. And that felt like this is a Cleveland thing to happen. We're going to lose this series. And then we did. So I feel like those are in my lifetime, one for each team.
Man. Okay, if I could have you, what, in your opinion, was worse? The Jets loss or the one last night to the Steelers?
I feel like the Jets loss was worse based on what happened, but I think last night feels worse because of Nick Chubb. Like I know you guys talked about him before I came on and just like how soul crushing that was because of how much everyone in every team in every city adores him. Like just thinks he is the best guy, does everything right, is what is great about football. And then to see him go down and know it's like definitely season ending, potentially career ending, like who knows, was just like that almost made it worse than the Jets game, even though like the actual football game of the Jets game was worse for sure.
Gosh, it's just like constant something that's never happened before. And eventually I think we're going to get to the point where it's something good.
Yes.
Don't know how long that's going to take, what it's going to take, but I feel like we are going to get there. But do you have a favorite good Cleveland sports memory?
Favorite good, I mean, it's 2016 NBA Finals. Like that's everything. It's the
all.
only thing we have to hold on to. We have nothing else good that's ever happened. So that's pretty much it. For Browns, it would definitely be the playoff game that we won against the Steelers in 2020. And honestly, another crushing loss would have been the one to Kansas City where Rashard Higgins fumble touchback when he actually got targeted. That was a tough one, but the win that season was like up there with the best of them.
Yeah. Man. So it's only week 2. It's only week 2. You know, we're all overreacting here, but
it feels like it's week 10. How is it
right? Like that game, all of those games last night were just so crushing in every single way and awful to watch. It just feels like we've made it through 10 weeks already and I'm already at my peak stress. But even though it's only week 2, what is your outlook for the rest of this Browns season? Do you think they can turn around? Do you think there's playoff potential, even division potential? Literally, we're only two games in. A lot of football to play, but it seems like everything is wrong right now.
I feel like they still can be a playoff team. I never thought they were going to win the division. I just always thought it would either be the Bengals or Ravens because we don't win the division ever. So I was figuring wild card from the start. And like you said, it is week 2, so it's still possible. But I mean, they're just going to have to get some type of offense going because you don't have Nick Chubb anymore. I know you don't, need to rely on the run game, but I mean, the way this team is playing in the passing game, they have to rely on the run. So unless Deshaun can turn it around, I don't even know. But it is a long year. So hopefully he still has something in him that can make things better.
And the thing about him is he didn't even have to play his best.
No, just okay.
He didn't need to mess up.
If he didn't fumble, we would have been fine. It's like you just don't do the worst thing that you can do.
Somehow did. Okay. No more. We won't talk about the Browns anymore. It's just a lot to talk about. But we did talk about something before you came on. It's a topic I think that you will enjoy talking about. We'll revisit it just to see your opinion on it. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce,
Abby.
She thinks that they're dating. I think it's PR.
I think it's happening. I don't think they're dating as in relationship. I think they're just hanging out, having a good time.
They're in like the talking stage.
Yes. It's just like fun. And she just needed a change. She was like dating all these musicians, artists. It's just like a fun little athlete moment for her. But I like it. I'm enjoying it. At first I was confused because I'm like, what do these two have in common? Nothing. But I don't know. Maybe they're just having fun. And I think it's honestly better for him than her. Like the PR he's getting from it, the way every NFL broadcast is talking about it is like, he's eating it up. I know he's enjoying every second of it.
Yeah. And like
I said before though, like the Swifties versus the Chiefs fans, if it comes down to it, that's going to be a generational battle.
So funny.
Something.
Well, it's funny watching all these like Taylor Swift fans, and like I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, but obviously a big football fan too. All of the Taylor Swift fans who didn't know who he was before discovering it is so funny because I'm like, oh, I guess everyone doesn't know who Travis Kelce is. And more importantly, I think because he's from Cleveland, she needs to now reference Cleveland, Ohio in a song, and that's what I'm really hoping to get out of this. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's what I said too. I'm so excited to hear. I'm so excited to hear about this Travis Kelce thing when it comes down to it, because there's going to be a song eventually about their time together.
Yes, and we'll know right away because there will be some subtle reference to either like Kansas City, Cleveland, something that will tell us it's him, and I'm ready for it.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, my last Taylor Swift thing I have for you: if Travis Kelce were to take Taylor Swift on a date in Cleveland, Ohio, what's the day? What's he doing? Where's he going to take her?
Blue agave.
Blue agave. I think because we just went there, I'm going to say Mia Bella. He's got to take her to Little Italy, take her to a nice Italian dinner. That's what he needs to do. Those are the best places in the city. But man, just to think of her being at a restaurant here is not a normal. Like I can't picture it at all.
Yeah, like we walk into Marble Room and there's just Taylor Swift sitting there. Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Crazy. There's a lot of good food in Cleveland, though. Best part of the city.
Okay, Abby, before we let you go, give us where we can find you. Tell everybody where they can find you, what we can look out for.
Yep. So you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere at Abby_Mueller_. Had to have the 2 underscores. Someone took the only single underscore ahead of me, so it's tough. I have my podcast, Just a Girl from Cleveland, all platforms, YouTube as well. And then I also do videos for Sports Illustrated Browns Digest. So if you're a Browns fan or you're not a Browns fan and you just want to hear about the Browns, you can take a look at those there. Which I don't know why you'd want to hear about it. It's not that fun right now.
Hey, it's good. It's good drama. It's good tea. It's a hot topic. But yeah, Abby, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Abby.
We're looking for a better week for Cleveland next week. And thanks. Okay, you know what? Every time I talk about that freaking football team, I get a little more mood goes down.
I feel good. I feel good.
Do you want to give any Patriots thoughts before we send it off?
Stop being stupid is all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Stop being stupid. I went 54 minutes without saying a word about that team, and that's all I have to say about them. Stop being stupid, because the only reason you're 0-2 is because of yourselves. Fix it.
Now, I have one comment I would like to make, and it's because I feel really bad for you and for your fans, because I would rather my team just suck. If you're going to lose,
get blown out.
Suck, just don't play well.
Out.
Do not give me the little ounce of hope that you do in the fourth quarter with the smallest chance of a comeback every single week to do that. Either fix it or lose.
I would so much rather they get blown out every single game than finish the games the last two ways that they have, especially when it's a fourth down. You throw it 2 yards away from the sticks. He has nowhere to go. He's getting wrangled by somebody, so he has to pass it back to a lineman to try to get the first down to keep the game going. That's the stupidest way I've ever seen a football game end. And what's even stupider is it almost worked. They were an inch away.
I feel like I'm stupid. Was the Raiders game the last game of the season?
No. It might as well have been, though, because their playoff chances kind of went downhill after that.
Okay, because I thought it was that, like all in a row, and I was going to say that's just way too much to handle.
No, but pretty much every game after the Raiders game was a one-score game that they could have won. And again, stupid mistakes, turnover here, bad call here, like.
If you could take over the Patriots for a day, first thing that you do, if you had a day to fix everything, what are you doing?
Every single offensive lineman is getting stem cell therapy.
Okay,
to
great.
Fix their issues. I don't care how much it costs, Mr. Kraft.
You got the money. You got the
figure it out. I am completely eliminating screen passes from the playbook.
Okay,
done.
Those are gone.
They're out. And a third down play being a 2-yard toss back to the running back, that one's gone too. And that's pretty much it, because defensively they're very good. Special teams is still special teams. It's just the dumb mistakes. I'm bringing Stickum back too. If people are going to call the Patriots cheaters, I'm going to cheat, and we're bringing Stickum back. So there's no more stupid freaking fumbles.
Hate fumbles.
And we're figuring this accuracy issue out with Mac Jones, because he's not bad. He's not playing bad. But the deep ball, we gotta work on that.
Looking like Josh Allen.
And that's it.
That's it.
Only a few things,
Only a few things.
A couple things here and there. Frustrating. But credit to me, I went almost an hour without talking about them. That's the most impressive thing I think I've done on this show to date. So that's all I gotta say. Fix it. Just be smarter. It shouldn't be that hard, but apparently it is.
Okay, last Patriots thing.
Oh God.
If you could say from today, how many wins do you think this team is going to end up with? What is the trajectory of this season?
I thought 10 going into the season.
Over 500 would be good?
Yeah. Okay. I still think that's possible.
For sure. Yeah. Again, it's only week 2. We are going to give our biggest overreactions during week 2. Like, I was firing them off last night like a psychopath, but all felt like they were needed.
Yeah. Because like I said, it'd be one thing if they were getting smoked every single game. They're 0-2. They're a play away each game from being 2-0, 1-1. Like, you can't obviously say that they would have won both games if they got the first downs in each game, but like, their chances of it are a lot better than obviously not. I'm gonna stick with my 10-game prediction just because I feel like it's too early for me to completely abandon that. But I'm cautious. I'm a lot more cautious about it now than I was going into it. So we'll see. I think they right the ship this week, though, against the Jets. Or I should say they should right the ship against the Jets.
You should.
And then you got Micah Parsons the week after. So that should be fun. Can't wait.
Should be fun.
That's it. That's all I got.
If you guys are looking for something fun to do this weekend, though, we have another free daily fantasy contest. We'll put the link up. It'll be out. Play against us. My team was really, really not good, but I'm going to try again next week.
Yeah, I every time I've made a lineup, I've gotten too cute. I've overthought just about every single choice. Yeah. So this week I'm gonna go with my gut on everything and just roll with it. Maybe we'll win some money. But yeah, if you guys have not played and you're looking for a quick little way to maybe win some money, fun stuff, go ahead.
Oh, one more question because I like this one.
Oh God.
Can I place a bet where no TDs will be scored in the Pats versus Jets game? You can do that.
You absolutely
can bet no touchdown scorer. You can do that.
I personally wouldn't do that because the chances of maybe
a
pick six touchdown or something.
Yeah, pretty high for both.
pretty high. Especially
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, man, he loves to throw interceptions to the Patriots. It's just he loves it. That's something that he does, and he does very well. And if Gonzo is going to continue. Gonzo's going to continue to play well. He should get another one. So, but yeah, it is available. It should be available in the FanDuel Sportsbook if you would like
Probably
to go.
some pretty high odds for
Place
like
your
$5
money.
just for fun.
Who cares?
Yeah.
If it's just a field goal game, like, bang, you're good.
You got it. Maybe like a safety too, and you'll be golden. Good to go.
I'll absolutely lose my mind if that happens. I can't.
Oh man.
I'm out. We're done here. We'll see you guys next week.
Next Tuesday we'll be back. Hopefully we'll be in a better mood, a better mindset, and I hope your NFL team doesn't make you feel like ours do.
Truly can only go up from here, right?